Oh, your eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Your scarf falls perfectly without you trying. You are beautiful, you should know this every day. Oh, reach out your hands as far around you as you can. Cause within you there's a special seed, the power of love. You cannot love someone till you love yourself. Oh yeah, just be yourself. There's not a thing that you should change. Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. Cause you are amazing, just the way you are. The way you are, the way you are. You are amazing, just the way you are. Inside of you there's unlimited potential. The only journey is learning how to love yourself. I believe in you. The I knew is the you in me. Oh, just look into the mirror, that's your competition. Talk to yourself and say that I'm beautiful. Oh, cause if you like the way you look, then you should say, oh yeah. When I see myself, there's not a thing that I would change. I am amazing, just the way I am. And when I smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. I am amazing, just the way I am. The way I am, the way I am. I am amazing, just the way I
am. I'd like to congratulate her.
And Aysha has taken a step that nobody has taken before.
You have tremendous guts and courage. Congratulations for putting it out there and doing what you do best.
It makes me feel very proud knowing you from your childhood. Excellent progress. You deserve it.
Hi, congratulations Aysha. All the best. I'm sure you're going to be very successful and we're waiting for the next one. Congrats.
Thank you for letting me produce your book. It was really lovely doing it, and I'm sure you're going to be successful in your journey.
An amazing amount of inspiration that she gives the women, and we're always following her on Facebook, and we'd love to see what her book results are going to be.
Very, very proud of you. Well done.
Congratulations, Aysha, on your amazing book, and I look forward to working with you on your charity events. From Rivan.
Hi Aysha, it's Shalendra Bansilal wishing you all the best on your book, and happy birthday, by the way. 2 celebrations on one day. All the best.
This is not just an ordinary bookshop. This is a total experience. And I would like to give out a big thanks to Claire Rose, Mr. Khalid Jassat, Matefu Moroking, Mrs. Sharon Ryan, and we have Dr. Ridwan Mia here. So I'd like to say thank you to them and all of you for being here tonight. So it is a very extremely emotional day for me. when she asked me to have her launch on this day, I said yes automatically because it resonated with the book for me. So Aysha, I just want to say happy birthday to you.
Because you've written the book, from now till whenever, it will be documented. That's the great thing about writing a book. It's part of history. It's part of our country's history. It's part of South Africa's history. It's part of your family history.
We can't give what we don't have if we withhold love from others. It is because we are withholding it from ourselves. If we are withholding it from ourselves, it is because we haven't fully forgiven ourselves yet. These words articulate the feelings of the beautiful, awe-inspiring being Aysha Bangie. I've had the pleasure of knowing Aysha for over 22 years.
My age.
Yeah, Aish. I don't know how old that makes me, Aish, but nevertheless. To speak about her eloquence and passion will result in all of us leaving here a tad overwhelmed. It is safe to say that Aysha did not have your traditional start out in life. She in fact faced many challenges, more than any young girl should have to endure. They say the strength of every human being lies in their ability to overcome a calamity. I am so proud of you. The family is so proud of you. And it brings me utter joy to share in this fruitful journey that you have embarked on.
It's about my journey with Aysha. And earlier on we heard about the charities that Aysha is involved in. And I think it came and it started a long time ago, I think 2-3 years now, where we actually got involved with different charities. So we continuously receive to give. She told me last week when I was gone diving, take a selfie with a shark. She said because the book, when people read it, will be able to give. So right now, I'd like to call Aysha up front, and I'm going to ask her to do a trust fall. Are we ready for this? That anything is possible if you put your heart to it. So you got to have more than just a drive. You need to do it with heart. And Aysha, the book that you've done is done with heart, full heart. Thank you.
Yeah. A few months ago, myself and a whole lot of different people have started a movement called Champion South Africa. And this is the bottom line to it. Identify champions and then get them to mentor other emerging champions, to create more champions, to build the capacity of champions to the point where if we have 100, we become 1,000. If we have 1,000, we become 1,000,000. We have a choice, and many of the people here know you well, so I'm not going to go into your own history. But we have a choice. You've had hurdles in your life. You've had obstacles in your life. You've had setbacks in your life, as many others have had. And you had the choice to allow those setbacks to become a part of your life, to impact on you, to therefore suggest that this is what I am. So in terms of not so much it's all about selfies, it would become something like it's all about self-pity, which I think is important. You could have gone down that road permanently and say, it's all about self-pity. Instead, you went the high road. You said it's all about selfies, it's all about me, it's all about where I want to go. So in effect, when Harold spoke about trust on the one hand, here's another challenge for you, and I'm not going to ask you to do anything funny. You see, as we seated here today, when I talk about this dream of a champion South Africa, ultimately, the dream will come down to people like Aysha. When you move, Aysha, from where you are right now into that level or that status of what I call a champion South African, there's a good chance that when you do that, you will take 1,000 people with you, maybe even more. So both ways, we need you to be that champion. And I would love it one day, soon, that we come to you and say, we'd like you to be part of this movement called Champion South Africa because we see you as a champion. That's a challenge, of course, all of you. So for now, let's give a fantastic round of applause to the future champion South Africa.
pictures. The picture is on the cover, and that is it. If you go into my book, you're going to see everything about self-love, self-worth, self-respect, etc., etc., etc. So I want to tell you about self-love and my journey. It started when I was about 5 years old. And one day my dad was sitting in the garden. My father used to love gardening, and he always, I'm going to get a choke now because my dad is late and I miss him so much today. But he always told me, he says, you know what, Aysha, come sit in the garden because it's the best place where you can ground yourself and you can find yourself, because the green, the earth is the best place. Trust me, just put your butt on the grass and you'll feel grounded. Yeah, and he showed me this little barren tree that was like really dying. It was a rose bush, and he said to me, Aysha, look at this. And I said, Dad, let's pull it out. Let's just pull it out of the earth and take it away. And he said to me, no, can we do this? Let's water it for 2 days. Let's nurture it. Let's talk to it. And let's see what it does. 3 days later, we went back into the garden, and wow, it started becoming green again. The brown started becoming green. And what he taught me, he said, you know what, Aysha, in life, all you got to do is, sometimes things don't always work out the way you want it to. But with friendships, with friends, with colleagues, treat them with love. And you will see that things will change. Nurture them, and things will be beautiful. And that's what I've learned with self-love. Has anyone ever went into a mirror and said to yourself, I love you? Have you tried that? Is it difficult in the beginning? And then do you actually look at your wrinkles? I don't have any. But do you look at any of those and say, I've got a pimple today, or I've got this today, or I've got that today? You don't notice it because we're so busy in the day-to-day life that we don't even look at ourselves and see the beauty that we've been created with. Each one of us is beautiful in our own personal way. It's just that we've got to find it within yourself. And if you read my book, you will find it. Somewhere in one of those 13 chapters, go into it and you will find it.
When you already have another book, goodness. Why did you write the book?
I wrote the book because I wanted to share it with everybody. And if I could just make a difference to one of you that have read this book, I've accomplished what I needed to.
Did you get that from someone when you told someone, I'm going to write a book this life? But why you? And what did you say?
Well, I've always told my nieces and my nephews, and I think my brothers and my sister-in-laws will always stand for me, especially my sister. I used to always tell them, you know what? You guys, you want my autograph, take it now, because one day there's going to be a long, long, long queue, and if you're right there at the back, I'm not going to call you to the front. And that was my whole idea. I've always wanted to do an autograph, and look how the universe manifested it for me in the book. So, and the books resonated with me in so many ways, because I've been on a hell of a journey in my life. I've tried to find myself in many, many ways. I've had many disappointments in my life. And the only way that I could find myself was to reflect within.
It's an important one, that your playing small doesn't serve the world. And I think that is such an important point in our lives generally, that you have the choice of playing small and playing big. When you play big, everybody will say you're a big deal, you think you're too bloody good for nothing. You know, you're a bit of a show off, you're a bit of a brag. Well, does anybody come to someone who plays small and scolds them to say, well, why are you playing small? Nobody does that.
To find the me within me. So that is why my strapline says the I in me is the you in me. It's because it's first about you, and then it's about the person in front of you, and then the next person, and then the next person. Because every person you cross paths with today, every person that touches your life impacts you in some way or the other.
Okay, let's move on then to, and now we should call upon Dr. Ridwan Mia, who, that in terms of what I said earlier on, is one of the first members of that movement that we call Champion South Africa. So good to meet you again after a long time, but anyway.
Really well done on a superb book. I think every one of us should read it, and I think every South African should read it. And particularly, yes, Ashraf, if we're going to be champions, this is the kind of book that can put us onto that path. You know, another thing about the book is, really, I think it's a big mirror. It's that mirror that Aysha's created for us to look at and appreciate ourselves. So, you know, I thought about a writing that I read some time ago, John Joseph Powell, that said, it's an absolute human certainty that no one can know his own beauty or perceive a sense of his own worth until it has been reflected back to him in the mirror of another loving, caring human being. And I think Aysha's been that loving, caring human being in giving us this book. The idea of self-belief is something that Aysha has epitomized. But all the time I've got to know her, she's never taken no for an answer. I've seen her step away from a huge corporate boardroom an environment in which other people would be really intimidated with. And she stood up and said, I'm not going to stand for what I disagree with, and I'm going to bring in what works for me. I want to say to Aysha, please keep on this journey. It's a long journey, it's a big journey that you've been through. You have had many hurdles, and you can do your community very proud by teaching all of us about how you've overcome them and done so well.
Books are seldom about celebration. And I think what we see tonight is a celebration of books.
Yes.
And I think the book is indeed incredibly special. It's not like a tweet, which in 140 letters after a while disappears unless you are the swallow from Durban. You spoke very briefly about your brother who's at home. And I just want to say to you that it's wonderful that the rest of your family is here, but I also want you to know that he is here tonight. When I went to see him in hospital this week, his message to me was, you're not going back to Grahamstown tonight, you are staying for the book launch. And I'm not just staying because I have to stay, I'm staying because I have to represent him. And I represent him in total spirit, in total commitment, because he would have been here just like your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your sister-in-laws, and everyone else. And I'm sure but there's something else that I want to leave you with tonight. And I know that you've invested an enormous amount for young people in Lenasia, and even beyond Lenasia. We just heard Dr. Mia talk about some of it. And I go back to what I said earlier, that when we looked at the shelves in Lenasia, we seldom saw names that are familiar to us.
So, for those of you who don't know, Aysha's stage name is Miss Universe. And the universe has asked me to give her a message. It goes like this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aysha. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip. What lies behind you and what lies before you is but in small measure and small matter to what lies within you. Aysha has brought what lies within her into this world through the illumination of this book. I've known Aysha for a very, very short while, but in the time, Aysha, I've admired so many qualities about you. You're zany, you're sexy, you're self-loving, you're self-confident, you're super awesome. Life is about tuning in to your frequency. Life is about tuning in to that connection to source energy, the source that flows through us, that source that brought us here, the source that inspired Aysha to write this amazing book, the source that inspired everyone here tonight, you the audience, the speakers, everyone, you Deborah at Skoobs. That source energy is all harnessed within us. And with that, Aysha, I want to say to you, it's been an awesome journey, and I'm so, so proud of you. You are an inspiration to many, to myself, and we have so much to learn from your selfless, your self-confidence, and of course, your self-confidence.
I'm going to ask you a simple question. In one word, if you had to explain and describe Aysha, what would you describe her as? So, Ridwan, can you give us your one word that you would describe Aysha as completely? Enthusiastic. Khalid?
Enigmatic.
Enigmatic. Ashraf?
She delivers. She's just done that.
Delivers. Anushka? Anusha?
Awesome.
Awesome. Harun?
Magnificent.
Magnificent. Yes?
Giver.
A giver.
Chichi's got one for you, man.
Chichi?
A martyr.
A martyr. Awesome. A diva. And someone in the back? Amazing. I have one word, and it's also about self. I call it selfless. And that's how I see Aysha. I met Aysha some time back. For the first time I noticed her, and we connected through Facebook, and I was inspired by her messages. And Aysha came and says, Abdul, Harun, why don't we get together and feed the orphans? There were 2 weeks to go before the end of the fast. A week, that next week, Saturday, the only date that was available was that Saturday. It was 6 days. And we had to plan an event for, I think, over 1,000 orphans. She selflessly touched my heart. I know from today and every day she will touch more souls. Continue the work you're doing, and I know you're going to grow from strength to strength. Thank you so much, and all the best, Aysha.
Good evening. I bet you're all thinking, why is the future president about to address us now? Relax. Aside so that I could be here to relay thanks on behalf of my awesome and inspiring aunt. A special thank you to Deborah and her team from Skoobs. A heartfelt thanks to our MC Ashraf Kabra. You have proved a sterling host. I will keep you in mind for my future campaigning. Thank you to all guest speakers who have gifted us with their powerful thoughts. I would like to extend thanks to Nazira and Zakra from Nair's Caterers for the stunning decor. Your personal touches are always felt. Fatima Zalal Caterers for the delectable food, and DJ Zubi for the audible sound. Without your efforts, this night would not be as eloquent as it has been. To all guests who have attended and made this such an auspicious, successful event, your presence is heartfelt. My aunt would like to relay thanks to her parents. It is because of their strength that she has the power to empower others. She would like to thank everyone who has touched her life and impacted her journey, big or small, for it has turned them into beautiful life lessons. As Dr. Seuss says, remember to be who you are, because those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. Oops, before I go, I would like to wish my aunt a happy birthday. For what better way to spend it with all these special people. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited to be here, especially with a panel of speakers like this, Ashraf, Ismail Mohammed, and most of all, our most empowered women that we're honoring this evening, and of course, Aysha Bangie. But empowerment is rebuilding that feminine energy. So I told her, all I want to do is to wish you well. I want to wish you from strength to strength, more power to you. The one thing that I really, really admire in Aysha is that she did what we all dream about and have yet to do. So I am here to wish you well. May you soar to the greatest of heights. May you write many, many books. May you impact many, many lives. And on that note, may you walk a length of your journey with me at the platform, on the platform of International Inspiring Women Network Foundation. More power to every one of you. Thank you.
I'd like to do something different tonight for Aysha. I want to sing a song. Bari bari dini aayi, bari bari dini aayi, tuji hazaron sa meri arzu. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Happy birthday to you.
This is my baby girl, my daughter. Thank you, Aysha, for this opportunity. Reisa is so special with products and make her own together with Aysha. So what you're going to be receiving today is a gift from Aysha and Reisa. Is her new product called Moise. Like Moise? Like that? Can we say Moise? Let's try it again. Both lips touch. Moise. Because that's part of the selfie look.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. How old are you now? How old are you now? How old are you now? How old are you now?
3, 2.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
बार दिन ये आए बार बार दिल ये गाए तू जिए हजारों साल ये मेरी है आरज़ू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू बार बार दिन ये आए बार बार दिल ये गाए तू जिए हजारों साल ये मेरी है आरज़ू